Welcome back to another episode of Te Akau TV, here joined this morning by Origin of Love. Bit of a quiet week on the winners front last week. We've only the one winner here in the North Island with What You Wish For, and it was a massive effort to get the victory. Such a good turn of foot, obviously dropped back to last, but made a good run, and then Woodamoo Pin rode him terrifically. So really good win, and he's a horse that can certainly go on with it. Plenty of racing happening here in the North Island this week, with runners in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so we've got a lot to get through. Starting off, our race meeting is at New Plymouth here on Wednesday. We've got the one runner in El Viento, a horse that won really well last time out at Matamata. He's trained on the right way. The step up to 1800 metres on the way he races will be perfect. Nice draw Rory Hutchings sticks with is also going to be key. We expect him to be an each way chance again. Then we move to Ellerslie, our premier meeting of the week, where we have a really nice team of horses in, starting off in race 2 with Drops of God. Couldn't have been any more impressive. First up at Tiara, trained on the right way. She's drawn a nice alley. She'll jump, she'll land right there or thereabouts. Oki on, down to 56 kilos, gives us a lot of confidence with her to go back to back. We move to race number 6, Towering Vision, a horse that's been faultless with his 2 runs back this time in. He's built up to the mile nicely. From that draw, we'll just ride him neutrally, midfield with a bit of cover, but he's going really well, and the blinkers have been added to his gear, so expect another really genuine run. Then we move to race 7, where we have this lovely filly, Origin of Love, joined by stablemate Born to Be Royal. Both fillies that have built for the 2,000 metres nicely. They've both drawn lovely barriers. Origin of Love will land a bit closer to the speed than Born to Be Royal. Born to Be Royal is more of a horse we just ride neutrally, let find her feet, whereas this filly loves to be up on speed. Obviously not a normal thing seeing a Snitzel filly over 2,000 metres, but her dam side certainly suggests that it'll be no problem, and Born to Be Royal's racing incredibly well, and we think that the step up to 2,000 metres will be key. And then we have one last runner in the last, a horse that's a very interesting runner in Espionage, first race in New Zealand in the Coolmore colours. Outside barrier doesn't help us. If it was a 1,000 metre race, would be mouth-watering towards it, but we'll just have to ride him where he lands. But he's got the right credentials to win it. He's the best horse in the race. He's won the best races, and if he can bring that form he had as a 2-year-old, he should be very good chance. Then we move to Tauranga, one of 2 meetings we have runners in on Friday. 3 chances there, starting off in race 1 with Paper Moon. Really good effort. First up at Trentham, she got back and just over raced a touch, but did really well to finish off as well as she did to run 4th. She's built the right way since, and Kelly Myers on from an even barrier will help. And then we move to race 5, Aishi Turu. Obviously touch disappointing on the trial front, but the step up to a mile straight away is probably her only chance, getting her up over ground, being out of a Galileo mare. And then we move on to race number 8, Cool and Fast. It's a horse that is showing a lot here at track work here at home, but obviously on race day hasn't probably shown as much as we were hoping for. Wasn't his fault last time, he just got caught wide and pulling. But the step back to 1,300 metres will be ideal, but we'd want to see a sharp improvement in performance. Then we move to Tauranga, our second meeting up here in the North Island on Friday. We start off in race 3 with Bellish Boy. He was very stiff on his first start. He got caught wide from that draw, but he did well to stick on for as well as he did. Unfortunately, come up with a wide draw again, so we'll just have to assess how things pan out in the next 24 hours for him. But he's a horse that looks good in the condition. He's trained on nicely, hasn't taken much improvement from his coat into this next race, so we're happy with him. Then we move into race 4, a first started by Satherbill. She's got a lovely pedigree. She's a good looking filly, drawn nicely uptown. Obviously she will take good improvement from this race on Friday once she steps up over more ground, but we're very pleased with the condition she's in for her race there at Tauranga. And then we move to race 5, a gelding by Zoostar, a half brother to Move to Strike, Cease and Desist. He's in terrific order. Just the 1150 was probably short of his best there. First up at Tiara, the step up to 1,400 metres will be ideal for him, and expect to see sharp improvement from him. Then we move on to race 6, a filly that's double accepted in the fields at Tauranga, and the maiden fillies and mares 1,500, and then the maiden 3-year-old mile at Tiara. So Typhoon Lucy, she's a filly we have a high opinion of. Unfortunately come up with the wide barrier there at Tauranga, and then we're on the ballot at Tiara, so we'll just look to try and get in at Tiara's field. but she's a filly that we hold in high regard. And then we move into the second to last. We've got 3 horses in that 75-1200 at Tauranga, 3 really lovely fillies in Paravane, Egyptian Queen and Charm Rose, all very good horses on their day. Unfortunately, a bit of rain has hit, so we'll just have to watch the weather forecast for the next 24 hours, but Charm Rose will definitely be there. Come up with a bit of a wide barrier, but she's got good gate speed. She loves Tauranga, she'll land there or thereabouts. And then Paravane and the Egyptian Queen, we'll just see how the track conditions look and with the weather, but they're both fillies that will run really well in their next races. Then we move to Te Rapa on Saturday. We've got a lot of interesting runners there, starting off in race 2 with Cool and Command. He was really good at the Avondale trials 10 days ago. He's trained on the right way since. Obviously Barry Draw hasn't come up as well as we would have liked, but he's got good natural gate speed, so hopefully he can be there or thereabouts in the running. Rory Hutchings is a big help. Then we move on to race 3, a very interesting runner in a filly called Thumbelina. She's been really good at the trials. Her 1 race day to date was very good. She's the ultimate professional. We've got a lot of time for this filly, and we think that she can certainly give this race a shake. And then we move to race 4, a couple of really beautiful bred horses, starting off with Zambrosia. It has been slightly disappointing at the trials. We think the blinkers on, get her to race day pressure, could just switch her on. And we also have the first starter by Satherbill and Pilates, given to us to train by Waikato Stud. Has been really good at the trials, trialled up both times well, drawn a nice barrier. She'll get a good run in transit with Rory Hutchings aboard. She's an exciting filly. Then we move on to race 5, Typhoon Lucy, who we've already spoken about, a filly that we hold in high regard, and if she gets in this race, she'll certainly give them a shake. And then we move on to race number 7, Zantabulous, a filly that's going really well. It was a really good effort last time out at Matamata, hit the line very strongly, come up with a good draw with Hayley Hassman's claim. She should be very competitive. And then we move into the last, I Am Nuts. Certainly hasn't reached the heights we thought he would. He's been rather disappointing this time around, but back to Te Rapa over a trip that he's won over with Rory Hutchings on. He should be able to turn his form around. So that's a wrap here of our runners this weekend and during the week here at our Matamata Racing Stable. Really busy week for the team. My best bet if I had to go for one would be Pilates. She's been ultra impressive at the trials. We're very fortunate to have a filly at this calibre in the stable for Waikato Stud, and really looking forward to the weekend ahead. Good luck to all owners and punters out there. We're hoping for a really good week.